Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Reva Zara Gunawan, and today I will explain about audience studies and encoding decoding. Okay, first the beginning. Audience research two distinct approaches characterized by their aspiration and their underlying ideologies. First, early studies, the mass media possessed significant influence and the capacity to modify audience behavior. Second, Frankfurt School, the ruling elite employed mass media to shape and suppress the lower classes, compelling them to conform to the government desire and the extreme right-wing nationalist ideology of the Nazis. And according to Marley, the early studies on audience and media effect emerged as a reaction against the pessimistic views expressed by FS scholars as advocated by American research. And based on Germany society experience, family and community ties weaken with ascendancy of fascist ideology. Individuals increasingly susceptible to external influence, particularly the mass media influenced by the propaganda disseminated by the ruling faction. With its society, the mass media function as a hypodermic needle. And criticism, assumption of a homogeneous and passive audience, assuming media message possessed to the ability to induce behavioral changes. FS research presented media effect as especially direct, overlooking the pluralistic nature of American society, which differ from German society. The effect tradition, the dominant tradition in audience research that emerged in the United States after World War II, assumption media message have a direct and powerful impact on audience behavior and attitudes. Our approaches, first, the message effect orientation, characteristic by a behaviorist and empirical perspective, employ laboratory research, examine changes in audience behavior when exposed to or influenced by media message. And second, the audience-oriented approach, a structural, functional of diverse audience, such as class background, educational levels, and other social factors. This social characteristic influence how audience receive or reject media message. Two orientation or approaches, audience studies critical perspective. Critical perspective on audience studies begin by advancing several criticism of the earlier studies and perspective. First, heavy reliance on empirical data in understanding and interpreting the meanings of media, message and image. Second, the fundamental philosophy and concept of this perspective still remain functionalist and behaviorist. And reception analysis begin by examining communication in holistic content, viewing the entire communication process as inseparable from society. All communication phenomena should be explained by examining the patterns of power relations within society. Audience studies should examine how the process of meaning making of media passages by the audience is shaped through a social and cultural structure. A critical approach that evaluates the process of meaning making and examines its relationship with socioeconomic structure of society. And reception analysis, encoding and decoding of media message. Stuart Hall said encoding and decoding in the television discourse 1974 proposed reception analysis based on semiotic arguments. Hall argues that media message should not be seen as a package delivered by producer to the audience. All messages are encoded by message producer, such as producer, director, and editor, and then received or decoded by the audience. The send and receive message differ. Individual audience engage in the process of decoding or interpreting media message differently. And the nationwide audience, the reception analysis model proposed by Hall provide a theoretical framework for the study of the nationwide audience by David Marley in 1980, examines how different audiences give different receptions to a current affairs program on British television titled Nationwide. Audience capable of understanding and interpreting media message, but still within a socially structured context. The study also assumes that society and individuals within society are not homogeneous but heterogeneous, and society is divided based on first, class and social background, second, gender, and third, ethnicity. All the social factors cause the audience to interpret media message based on their social background. And the nationwide audience conclusion, nationwide audience is TV message are seen as complex symbols. The meaning of each message has been predetermined, yet it still has the potential to be interpreted with different meanings. We can derive from a message are structured in as imbalanced pattern based on dominant relationship. And for the last is conclusion. Overall, audience research has moved away from the simplistic notion of direct media effect on passive audience. It recognized the agency and diversity of audience, their active engagement with media, and complex social, cultural, and technological factors that shape their media consumption patterns and interpretation. Okay guys, this is video that I say, and thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.